Greetings, YouTube. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We're back and we are live over on twitch.tv/the Green Arcade. So we're loading up Zielonka. Got stuff to do here. We had a pretty successful test of our, air quote, GMO rice. That's what we're going to call it. So if you haven't been watching the YouTube channel, the YouTube series, I planted a lot of beans, bought a lot of fields, merged a lot of fields, planted a lot of beans. So long story short, we got a lot of beans. We got a lot of oat too. We got a big field of oat over here that I've been started cutting in the last video. I think this only has one thing on it. Matter of fact, I need to go get the one of the tractors with the tipper. So, for you guys that have been watching, you're seeing an episode from the future. It's the future. Make sure you watch all the YouTube videos to see how we got here. Nope, the tongue is on the other side, isn't it? Yep. When is the new map come out? The new map should be out anytime before next Tuesday, from what has been said by DJ. He is really shooting for trying to get the map out before the Plains and Prairies DLC drops, and that drops on June the 3rd, which is next Tuesday. So hopefully, keeping my fingers crossed, it comes out today. Tomorrow would be excellent, but I'm kind of thinking maybe Friday or Saturday would be good too. I really hope that it comes out at least Friday or Saturday. Or, you know, Sunday, I guess, maybe. Hopefully he gets all the stuff done that he needs to get done. Yeah, I need to do it. And these trees, they need to go. They're kind of in the way. And they're not huge trees, so they're not going to bring any monetary value. If they were larger trees, I would say, okay, yeah, let's haul them down to the sawmill or even the biomass heating plant down there. Apparently that takes trees too. But these are not huge, so we did get rid of them. I always liked this older Kloss combine, the Dominator. I like these older rigs. At least starting out, you know. We've had a lot of older style combines. We had the 1666. No, I think it was 1660. The old International Harvester over on Goldcrest Valley in 17. And then in 19 we had the New Holland. And then in 22 we had the Deutzfahr. You know, it's kind of funny. We had the Deutzfahr as the old combine, but I haven't seen that combine return to 25. You would have thought that that would have been one of the ones that somebody right away would have maybe converted and brought back. I guess that maybe that shows how popular it was. It wasn't really that popular. I got me some more Dr. Pepper. I'm gonna break too. There are, you know, we were wondering about were there any like woods over on Montana. There are some woods. Granted, like, it's not the entire map, but there are some wooded areas. If we get the urge to whip out a chainsaw and go load it up on a log truck or something like that, there's plenty there. There's plenty of trees over there. Probably won't be doing much of that right away because I think the main focus is going to be silage. Silage and probably, you know, corn. Corn's gonna be a big one because everything, you know, there's a lot of productions, custom productions that require corn. You know, corn oil, corn flour, whiskey, a lot of stuff that requires corn. The soybeans, there's actually a production for soybeans this time. So there's soy milk. We do the soy milk. We'll do the dried corn. We'll have to use propane. I need to see, I guess, look into finding some equipment that will do the anhydrous stuff, because that map also has anhydrous on it. So I need to, I guess maybe I need to talk to Trent or somebody, see if there are any good anhydrous type modded equipment out there. This is going to be the pass with the skipper. I knew there would be at least one. You can see it out the window there. Watching my phone over here for any kind of notifications. Nope. 9:30 a.m. and the Montana map has still not dropped. Do you know where your kids are? I wonder why they don't do that ad anymore. Remember that ad? It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? They don't do that anymore. Wonder why. Maybe that's the problem today. People are not checking on their kids at 10 p.m. Or at 9:30 a.m. Do a weather check while I'm waiting on that. Supposed to get some more weather at some point today. Hopefully later than sooner. Been doing these videos all week for YouTube. It has literally stormed, I think, every episode that I recorded this week. Every single one. But this is the deep south. If you don't like the weather, just wait a minute. You could have a tornado one day and build a snowman the next. I don't mean the snowman from Smokey and the Bandit. Breaker 19, Breaker 19, this is the snowman. Bandit, you got your ears on out there. Ah, 10-4, I stopped at a choking puke. What's your 20? I'm headed down the field right now, watching out for them smoky bears. 10-4. There's a CB radio in here. Right up there. Another movie I haven't watched in a while. I'm gonna have to go back and watch all the 70s movies again. We talked about this earlier. Close Encounters of the Third Kind and Smokey and the Bandit. Quite a combination, but I think those are both from the late 70s. I have to watch those this afternoon, if it's not storming, knock on wood. Oh, yeah. Another interesting thing that's going to be new in Montana, and this is not from having the Straw Everywhere mod, or whatever it was called. There will be corn stalk straw and soybean stalk straw. You can sell it or give it to the animals as bedding. So that's going to be something new. I'm assuming it will be kind of like maybe before, where like you can't, if you're loading them on like a bale loading thing, then you can't load regular straw bales on the same load as like soybean straw bales, if that makes sense, because they fall under a different category. So if you're picking up soybean straw bales and you got a field that's also got some regular straw bales, you can't put them on the same load. On the same... Or maybe you can now. I'm trying to remember back. I think it only took one bale type though. If I remember right. I've slept a few times since then. Harvesting the oats for Mr. Quaker Oatmeal. That'd be a prediction they could add on a map. So much stuff you can do with all the crops. And oats, you know, you give to the horses and you can just sell it. Or we could have a Quaker oatmeal factory. I like the apple cinnamon myself. I've got some berry ones. I took them to work and left them in my locker at work. I'm gonna have to try those. I've never had the berry ones. I've had the maple brown sugar ones and the apple cinnamon ones, and I think the apple cinnamon ones so far my favorite. But there's a strawberry one. There's a strawberry and blueberry one. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. I think the other one might have been like apple and cranberry. That would probably be good. Might taste like fall, even more so than the apple and cinnamon. They already got all the fall decor out at Hobby Lobby. Aisles and aisles of it. Okay, I guess I'm gonna stop by there next time I'm in the big city. But yeah, still waiting on the Montana map. Trying to patiently wait on it. It's gonna be worth the wait though, I think. Oh no. Well, there's a new Final Destination movie. I don't go for those kind of movies, but if you know what Final Destination is about, it's about you know, death coming for you, I guess. This woman was in a movie theater and the ceiling collapsed while they were screening the new Final Destination movie. She's gonna think that yeah, death is gonna be coming for her. Oh boy. That's like going to see Twister and then being put under a tornado warning IRL. FYI, that happened to me. That was 1996. And we're watching like they just started chasing like the final twister, so it was like the F5 twister. And all of a sudden, Bill is talking on the radio to Jonas, and all of a sudden he starts, why don't you hang my... It starts going really slow, and then the screen goes off, and then the lights come up, and we thought they had left the sound part of it on or something because it was still thundering. Well, that was IRL, and a lady came in and said, hey, we've got a report of 3 tornadoes headed this way, and we're going to go ahead and close down the theater. You can come back for a future screening for free. Just mention that you were here. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Wait, what? We're watching a movie about tornadoes, and you, what? So... Then you're mod in Discord, DM, but haven't tried it. Okay. Let me take a look. Okay, yeah. That could work. Add that to my list of Farming Simulator 25 bookmarks. Go back to that and see if that works. We'll have to test it out. We probably won't immediately start with anhydrous. That'll be something we get into. But yeah, I appreciate that, Jeff. Oh, he's getting full. Nope, he got full. So let me grab, I'm gonna get the rest of this. There's not much left. Got this skipper and a couple little end pieces here. Yep, so how does that work? Does it work like in the game? Does it work like a liquid fert? Okay, so it's got the those little toolbars in the front. Those are like the applicators. Interesting. And DJ might have something in his mod pack or something that he releases with it. I don't know. I know you buy it at the on the Montana and Judith Plains. You buy it at Tractor Supply. I bet he's at least got like a tanker that holds like propane and anhydrous and all that. He had a trailer pack in when we were on Green Valley, Nebraska back in 22 that held the propane, and I want to say it did anhydrous too. So he might do something like that again. Grab these little bits here. And then we will be ready to start our soybean harvest here. So many people here in Zielonka walking down the sidewalk. And I'm gonna have to go get some fuel for this thing. It's getting kind of low. Let me just drop the header here. And I'll go grab some fuel. Gotta go to the what do they call it? Petrol station. Oh, there's a car. Oh, there's a car. Stop, car. Have to go get some petrol. Oh, yeah, you can go around me too. Or you can try. Gonna try again? Yeah, he's gonna try. I'm gonna let him go around this time. Alright. Anybody else? Nope. Thread the needle. Boy, she looked mad, didn't she? He didn't want to yield to me. Of course, I'm supposed to yield to her, but he kind of turned at me at an angle there and like, hey. Saw where Chabalki, you know, he's working on the Iowa Plains map that he's going to release. He's trying to put a come-and-go gas station on that map. I don't think Giants will pass that. Because that's like a name brand thing. Unless he plans on not releasing it for console, which I don't... That doesn't sound like him, but maybe. I don't know. One thing I was going to ask Yuleberry. These roads, like that road right there, see how skinny it is, how narrow it is? What do you do if you're driving down that road and there's no place to pull over out of the way and you come across another vehicle? What do you do? You back up all the way down that road again, or what do you do? Here, at least here where I'm from, all of our roads, even like the dirt roads, you know, the back roads and stuff, they are at least 2 cars wide. One party has to back up. So hopefully you're not too far down the road where you don't have a spot where you can't back up, right? Alright, so I think we are ready. We could mow the grass, but I mean, we've got a lot of sizer bales already, and there's only the grass like around the edges of the field now. So I think we'll just wait. We'll go ahead and go and get ready to do these beans and cut. Everything should be fertilized now. Oh, yeah, okay. That's what I thought, because there's no place, there's a lot of places there's not a place to turn around or get over. Great demand at the heating plant. They're not that great. Let me double check everything just to make sure we're good to go. We should be good to go though. Hey. Yep, everything's fully fertilized. Good to go. We need to go to what, October? Same here. Yep. October. Isn't it nice I can sleep and not have to worry about the spawn point for wool and goat's milk? Aiming my screen on the top right corner. We didn't plan anything else. All we've got is beans. Check my weather again. Oh yeah, it's coming, I think, eventually, but it'll be later. Alright, it is September. Almost into October. Let's do another Montana check. Nope. Nothing yet. I really don't think it'll be today. I had high hopes for later today, maybe tomorrow. When you know it'd be raining. First day we need to harvest and it's raining. Let's go to noonish. lot of rain. Just like real life. Alright. It's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. All the equipment, you would think it would have washed it off a little bit, but they made the tires nice and shiny. I think I'm just going to start in the north. And then come tackle this big field. Oop. I need to pick some bales up too. Serpentine, 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 serpentine. Thread the needle, thread the needle. I'm kind of curious, you know, he's putting a John Deere dealership on the Montana map, right? He says you can borrow equipment from the dealership. Does it cost anything to borrow that equipment, or is that just something that they're going to do for free? I don't know. He did manage to get the Montana license plate in there, so we can put that on our cars and trucks, I guess. But yeah, I'm kind of curious about that. Is it free to borrow the equipment, or? I bet it's kind of like the equipment back on Silver Run then. Like it's there, it's just there, but it's not, you can't tab to it and you can't sell it, but it's there that you can use it if you need to. I bet it's like a similar setup like that. You can use there's a forklift down at the big sawmill. There's a little small wheel loader, little Volvo wheel loader up there at the mine. There's a little rock loader, tipper wagon thing up there at the mine. Very small, but you can use it if you need to. You just can't sell it and just can't tab to it. I bet it's something similar like that. Funny thing is like DJ hasn't released any new videos. I mean, I know he could be busy working on the map. I know he's working on the map, but he hasn't released any new videos this week, I should say. Nope, that didn't work. Well, you know what? I don't think there's another in row. I did the last one, so I gotta turn it on. I don't have my lines on, so no way I can really tell that unless I picking up on one of the east-west lines here. Yep, that's what it was. There's only one in row. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It might be because that's why there's no video. He's close to releasing it. He doesn't have a whole lot left to do. I know he worked on it yesterday. He added that to his spreadsheet thing. Yesterday was the 24th, right? Yeah. Hopefully that's the case, Trent. And good morning. Hopefully that is the case. I would love to see that come out today. I would love to see that release this afternoon or this evening, because then I could play it, well, this afternoon or this evening, and then stream it tomorrow too. During the morning. But I don't think it will. I really am at the very minimum hoping that it comes out Friday, because if it comes out Friday night I can kind of set it up, you know, get our starting equipment ready. Kind of set it up how we want to do it. Is there to do so I can hide an object or the collision, because I can't get nothing to work. And you've tried the hide objects mod, right? Usually if it's an object that is collidable, that is both collidable in single player and multiplayer, then you can do it with the hide objects mod. If it's something that is not a collidable in multiplayer but is in single player, then it won't work. And I don't think there's any way you can get rid of it other than going into Giant's Editor. So like for example, the road signs here, like this road sign, this is collidable in single player, like in career mode. So I can knock this sign over, but if I'm in multiplayer, a lot of the stuff like that is not collidable and you can phase through it. So if it's something like that is collidable in career mode but not in multiplayer, then you won't be able to hide it with the hide objects mod. You can do it in career mode, but it's gonna come right back. It won't stay hidden. If that's the case. weird it's not giving you an option to hide anything. Well, it may not. It may be one of those objects. I don't know. It might be one of those objects that's hideable. Are you in career mode or multiplayer? That'd be my first question. And it may not be a collidable object. If it's not a like actual collidable object, then you can't hide it with that. And again, I think that same rule applies to the career mode versus single player mode. You're in career. It may be. I don't know. You know what? I gotta go change my title too. I didn't do that yet. You're on Alma. I don't know, just walk up to any any tree. You can hide the trees. So if you got a tree that you won't miss, just walk up to a tree and see if you can hide it with the hide objects mod. Say we've done the boulders. I don't think there's any boulders on Alma though. No, the trees work. Negative, it doesn't work. You might have something wrong with your hide objects mod then. Might be a problem. Because it totally should hide trees because they're collidable. I've hidden many stumps and trees and stuff before. It's orange soda time. And unfold. Got that one. We don't have any other cloth stuff. That one holds up to 22.5. I remember there being a bigger cloth zipper, but I don't see it in the game. There's not a green bin. Get that big Bergman. I don't know that this combine would reach that though. Or are there two? Are there two? There are two. That one holds more. 50,000.7 and then 33,000. Very interesting. Those with daisy chain, I could double the capacity. Nope, not that. Actually, that's probably like the IT runner pack, isn't it? Get another one of these and put it on the other tractor. Find out if it daisy chains that one. I'll bring it up here. curious to see if it'll daisy chain together. Got the hitch in the back. About to break out my banjo. Start singing some country / bluegrass. And it's gonna be how I'm looking forward to moving to Montana. Farming up there. Gotta channel my inner Hank Williams. Not Junior, Hank Williams Sr. Come up with some lyrics too. Gosh, y'all see the Farming Simulator music video that somebody did? Can't remember what it was about, but I posted it in Discord. It was interesting to say the least. Yeah, Trent, this is what happens when you're waiting for a map. You end up playing Zielonka. I started this map, it's just because it's the only Giants map that I haven't started. And this one technically was an in-game map. I'm gonna try to maybe do like, try to coordinate between Pantai and this map. Do like, I don't remember how many episodes I'm up to here now. After this one, I'm probably lying to you, but I'd have to look. I think I'm up to, I'm either up to 9 or 10 now. So I'll probably have to switch over to Pantai. I may still do these, you know, just to keep putting them on YouTube and stuff. But yeah, when you're looking forward so much to a map that you've got the farming bug and you need to get the farming bug out, but you've already completed Alma pretty much, and you want to be somewhere new to farm, but the place you want to be that's new is not out yet, or you can't go there yet. Yeah, this is what happens. You end up playing Zielonka. Could be worse. Could be Sosnovka. Wouldn't that be something? Sosnovka. That one came out for 15. You know, Sosnovka is not far down the road from Zielonka, I think. They sound the same. Sosnovka, Zielonka. I bet it's just right over in the next... Do they have counties there? I don't know. It's probably nearby. Because a lot of the buildings, and even the name, sounds very similar. Can't remember where we decided Sosnovka or Zielonka were exactly. I feel that they're very Eastern European. Maybe kind of close to Russia. I don't think they're in Russia. I think they're very, very, very Eastern European. So I don't know. These videos will come out this week, and then next weekend, hopefully, Montana will be out by then. I don't know where I'm going. Like that. It's like that White Snake song. I don't know where I'm going, but I sure know where I've been. We need that Montana map to release. So we can put our farming hearts at peace. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up now. Yeah, it's gotta drop soon. It's gotta drop soon. It hasn't dropped yet though. My thing is, he says that he's gonna he's gonna try to release it before the Plains and Prairie Pack releases, because that would be the perfect place to utilize that pack. Would be Montana. Ford tractors and really pretty much anything in that pack. Really like those old Ford tractors, and they're affordable too. Like, they don't cost $500,000. They run that old tractors. You know, you don't have the def and all that in there. Ah, I'm stuck. That's a few beans over here. Gotta get them. Let me go see if that other trailer will hook up to this, and I'll come back for the car. Then we get to tackle this big field. Got another one over there, but we'll grab that one. I think we'll tackle this big one. Serpentine, thread the needle. Thread the needle. Go see if that other trailer will connect to this. Yeah, even the newer stuff. Yeah, you're right. Perfect for that map. Oh, hey, these totally connect. Daisy chained cloth trailers. Woo! I am beyond excited now. I got me a couple of daisy chained cloth trailers. Whoa! And I about flipped them. I think there's a bump back there. To park just right here. Grab the combine. This last little bit over here that I missed. Little miss, soybean patch. Little miss. Can't be wrong. If you're a child of the 90s, you probably know that song. Alright, now, the lines on this field have been wonky, to say the least. And they are not with the combine now. They were like all over the place, going north and south, east and west when I came in and ran the rotary hoe over them and everything, but now they look pretty straight. So I am going to take it. I'm ready for that map to drop. I've got pizza. I've got Dr. Pepper and orange soda. I've got me some barbecue sun chips. They did like re-release the barbecue sun chips. I was very excited about that. They changed the name on them. They used to be called sweet and spicy barbecue sun chips, but then they discontinued those a few years ago, sometime before 2020. But now they introduced it as a new flavor, which it's basically the same chip. Those were my favorite chips, and I was heartbroken when they discontinued them. But now they're called honey barbecue. It rolls off the tongue a little better than sweet and spicy barbecue, so I'm going to invest in the honey barbecue sun chips. I've got those. I got me some Rice Krispie treats, so I'm ready to party when we move over to Judith Plains. We're gonna harvest the grain in Judith Plains. Yeah, I'm thinking that since there's no update on any of his socials or on YouTube, that he might be getting close to releasing them out. There was not a lot left, according to his little spreadsheet thing. There was not a lot left to do. I'll check that again this afternoon and see if he did any work today. But to get it out before the Plains and Prairie DLC drops, dude, that's gonna be so awesome. It's gonna be awesome to be able to use that DLC on that map. It's gonna be sweet. Because even the big Ford tractor, you got the Ford 1156. It's basically the 1156 versatile, however you say it. I just say versatile. It's easier to say. That's the big tractor. Even that one is only $171,000. They're not that expensive. So that's 470 horsepower there. And then the other one. The other one is the 976 versatile tile. I don't know. It's only 133,000, so not as many ponies. It's 365 horsepower, but still, it's one of those older style Ford tractors. So they did those those paint schemes in the early 90s. From the versatile to that. And then you got the one, what's the one called? Big Roy or something like that? Big Roy, Big Bob, the really big tractor that's like 600 some odd horsepower. Pile these together, I'm going to have to try to make that curve a little broader, straighter, and then connect these together. So. I wonder if that little tractor, the utility tractor, would pull two of those tippers. Guess I can hook it up to it and find out before I buy two more. I think the first things to really looking at getting into on that map, I think corn is going to be one of the easier things to start with as far as like production, because you can do the dried corn obviously, which you'll probably get more money for, but you can also take the non-dried corn and do the corn oil. You have to buy the oil mill, but you can go ahead and start there. And then I'm assuming that the corn flour would probably take the dried corn, and then the whiskey. The whiskey, what all do you need for the whiskey? The corn and water and something else. I'm trying to remember. I'll have to go look. Let's see. Let's see. Whiskey. You need corn, right? You need corn, both corn and dry corn, barley, and water. So maybe that's where. Who was that earlier that said you needed all that? Maybe. And I'm about to be full. Now the beer. You only need barley and water, I do believe. One thing for sure, these trailers do make a lot of racket. I want to say these are Giants' trailers, though. I have to double check. So yeah, you need corn, dry corn, barley, and water for the whiskey. The beer, you only need barley and water. The ethanol, you need dry corn, sorghum, propane, regular corn. So it might be any of those that require 4 products. Probably won't be the starting productions for us. They take a lot of stuff. It does look like he starts you out, if that remains true as far as like your starting fields, it does looks like he's very generous on what you start with. Looks like you start with several fields. So I don't know, that could change from the beta version of the map. It looks like if you start at the red farm, you don't have to start at the red farm, I don't assume. If you start with like farm manager or something like that, you could probably pick which one you start with. But we're gonna do ours in new farmer, so I would assume it would be the red farm. I think that's the starting farm is what he said. But yeah, corn oil would probably be the easiest beginning thing. You can do the dried corn and get a propane tank and all that, but corn oil only needs the regular corn. And now that we have the GMO rice, I don't know if you saw that earlier, Trent. We did some GMO rice, and everybody would come in asking, "How are you doing rice without water?" I said, "It's GMO rice. It's a different hybrid of rice." So we got the mod that, you know, you don't have to use the water. You don't have to use the rice paddy, I guess. So we'll utilize that. So we can make rice oil, long grain rice oil. I didn't know you could make rice oil. Of course, I haven't really taken anything to an oil mill yet in 25. One thing about this combine, it does not turn. It have a very, very sharp turning radius, that's for sure. Yeah, beer would be. Beer would be an easier one. All you need is barley and water. There's a few of those that are like that, though. Let's see. Yeah, beer only needs barley and water. The rice, or no, sorry, the corn flour. Okay, so corn flour does not need dried corn, it just needs regular corn. So corn flour and corn oil do not require dried corn, according to these earlier things. I really thought the corn flour would be dried corn, but I guess not. The wine is probably going to be one of the harder things to do because, you know, you have to do grapes, but it's grapes and water basically. The soy milk, that was the other thing. So the beer is barley and water. The soy milk is soybeans and water. So both of those productions will be, yeah, you could probably add them to the list of being easier to Gotta make the soy milk for all the people in California. Or for anybody that's, you know, I guess you can be allergic to milk, dairy. Or maybe those kind of people have to drink soy milk. Either way, we'll be happy to make it. It'll be an extra place that we can take our soybeans to. Not just sell them as a cash crop, but it's nice to be able to take them to a production. Push that out of the way. Oh yeah. The pizza is going to be real fun. I like that he added all the extra stuff to it. Apparently there's 2 pizzas, and I didn't get a chance to see what the second pizza was made out of. It might just be cheese or something, but one pizza has tomatoes, cheese, flour, peppers, garlic, I think. There's so much there that you can do. I mean, you know, some of the greenhouses, you know, you can do the mushrooms, you can do the onions and stuff now too. I guess if you really wanted to go all the way with it, you could do the olives and stuff. And maybe one of them is that. Maybe that's what the other one is. Maybe it's just a cheese pizza. I don't know. We'll find out. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Kind of wonder if some of the custom places in the map will also be sell points, because you know there's a Subway in Judy's Plains, there's El Taco, there's Applebee's, Tim Hortons, I'm trying to remember, Dollar General, McDonald's. I think McDonald's was a sell point back on Green Valley, Nebraska. I think we could take eggs there. What happened to Alma? We did a test of our GMO rice over there, and the test was successful. So we needed to come over here and do a soybean harvest over on Zielonka. So just switch maps. we've kind of reached the point where we've done everything. We've done the popcorn, we've done the pizza, we've done just about as far as we can go there with it. And you know, Montana's coming out hopefully again sooner rather than later. So kind of getting in that kick. We wanna switch over to Montana and really get to work over there. Wow, you are fast. Yeah, we did pretty good with them, man. Gonna have a lot of work to do in Montana, though. We're gonna have a big, like, silage operation because we have 2 new crops. We have alfalfa and clover. We have grass haylage. We have corn silage that we can do. Yeah, gonna have a big, like, grassing operation there. And there's a lot. There's a lot of meadows. There's a lot of grass around the fields. There's so much to do with the crops as far as production goes now. There's 9 new custom productions to go along with the in-game productions. Oh, I got food. Turning in when they're daisy chained. Love the ditch hay. There's going to be a lot of areas that we'll be able to mow. And when I mean a lot of areas, we're gonna utilize so many areas of grass. I can't wait to get started on it and show you guys. I mean, anybody who knows me knows I'm not afraid to mow in Farming Simulator. So, you'll have to buckle your seatbelts and just get ready, guys. Because we're going to be mowing the world in Judith Plains, Montana. Be like Holmolka from Congo. We are farmers at heart. We are traveling the world and mowing grass. Traveling the world and doing good. Yeah, our long time running bit was, you gotta feed the kids. kind of hard to keep that thing when we're going to be making beer and whiskey. So, I mean, I guess we still got to feed the kids, but not so much that. But again, hopefully that will drop sooner rather than later. Anyway, we'll keep counting and watching and hoping and praying and, keeping our fingers crossed. Hopefully that will come out. I would like to love to see it today or tomorrow, but I have a feeling it will be sometime later this week, maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. Hopefully he gets it out. I mean, he's trying to get it out before the DLC drops, which is dropping on June the 3rd, which is not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. So, anyway, hopefully that does happen. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and end it early today. Make sure you subscribe over on YouTube. A lot of these videos from Zielonka will be coming out over there. Our GMO rice test video will come out over there at some point, probably at the end of the week. Yeah, always remember, guys, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next video. Have a good one.